Good afternoon to all the participants. I am extremely delighted to have with us such a wide participation. Normally we would have had it in the 25th floor, but that some work is going on, so we decided to have it here. And it's good to see so many bankers, so many payment system operators. There are, media representatives also. There are the IBA is present and the Payment Council of India is present, and several media houses have also made it convenient to be here. So thank you everyone for participating in this event. It's a very important event for the Reserve Bank of India, and that is why we decided to hold it in such a formal manner, and with all of us participating. Not only the DPSS representatives, but also officers from other departments, and the executive directors, the Deputy Governor, participation of Deputy Governor Jain, and Deputy Governor Ravi Shankar, executive directors, everyone. So it's a very important event that I wanted to say. Before I go to the formal part of my speech, you may take it as a lighter comment, but I'm saying it with all seriousness. I don't know whether you observed that in this video which was displayed, apart from Mr. Mani Kumar, there was also Miss Mani Kumari. So we are we will be celebrating the International Women's Day on 8th of March, which is a day after tomorrow. And you call it by design or call it by coincidence, I think it is a very appropriate moment to introduce Ms. Mani Kumari also as a part of RBI's digital campaign to create awareness among the public. The launching of Mission Har Payment Digital today is part of our commitment to deepen digital payments in the country. I am happy to note that the Department of Payment and Settlement Systems, DPSS of the Reserve Bank, is celebrating its 18th anniversary. It has become now an adult, slightly difference of opinion with the DG, but it has become an adult now. It has reached 18 years, and it was formed, as was mentioned, on 7th of March 2005. I would like to congratulate the entire team DPSS which is present here and which has worked so tirelessly and so sincerely, especially during the COVID times and thereafter during the times of the lockdown, and when the movement and mobility had all become a big challenge. So my congratulations to the entire team DPSS on achieving this milestone and all the other achievements. Over the years, our payment systems have evolved, and now we have multiple systems available round the clock which facilitate instant payments. India's payment systems are being talked about today globally, and in several countries have also shown interest to replicate and adopt India's success story. In the recently concluded the G20 finance ministers and central bank governors conference meetings which were held in Bangalore last week, that is, there was a lot of interest I found in India's payment systems, and in particular with regard to the UPI. And the RBI had taken initiative, and we had put up an exhibition of the various payment systems that we have. UPI was demonstrated, CBDC was demonstrated, our pilot project also was demonstrated. Then enabling G20 visitors to adopt UPI without having a bank account in India, that also was under demonstration, and several other initiatives of the Reserve Bank, not only in payment systems but also in the areas of financial inclusion and other areas were demonstrated. And I must mention that the payment systems, particularly the UPI, the CBDC pilot, and the onboarding of the foreign visitors to the UPI, they all evoked a lot of interest. And just a few days before that, we had launched the linkage between the UPI and the Pay Now of Singapore, and that found considerable amount of mention by several delegates, by ministers from several countries, by governors from several countries as a possible way, as perhaps the most likely way for facilitating cost-effective, easy and seamless cross-border payments. So we have a task ahead of us. We are working for linkage of our payment system that is UPI with other countries' payment systems. We have begun a journey with the linkage with Singapore, and in the coming months and years, I am sure, and I am looking forward to a few, such a linkage with other countries to follow suit. It's a matter of pride that the payment systems in India have witnessed over 1,000 crore transactions. I'm talking about the number of transactions, that they have witnessed over 1,000 crore transactions every month since December 2022. This speaks volumes of the robustness of our payment ecosystem and acceptance by the consumers. It was mentioned earlier, a recent Pan-India Digital Payment Survey, which covered about 90,000 respondents, revealed that 42% of respondents have used digital payments. Launched in 2016, the UPI has emerged as the most popular and preferred payment mode in India, pioneering person-to-person as well as person-to-merchant transactions in India, and it accounts for, the UPI alone accounts for more than 75% of the digital payments. The volume of UPI transactions has increased multifold from about 45 lakhs in January 2017. 45 lakh transactions were undertaken in January 2017 to 804 crore transactions in January 23. The growth has been not only significant, it has been exponential. The value of UPI transactions have also increased from just 1,700 crore to rupees 12.98 lakh crore. So let's say about 13 lakh crore during the same period, that is January to January 2017 to 2023. The Digital Public Awareness Week, which we are launching today, will help us to further deepen the usage and footprint of digital payments across the country. And this is since many bankers and payment system operators are present here, NPCI is also present here, I would like to say that currently the number of transactions which are done on the UPI, it's 26 crore per day. That's right, isn't it? 26 crore per day. The system has capacity to handle 100 crore transactions per day. So the system is well geared to onboard new customers into the UPI platform. Now, having said this, the UPI system, the NPCI, is currently operating 3 parallel systems. They run parallelly. They not only act as disaster recovery facilities for each other, but they are running parallelly. In the unlikely event of some problem in one of the systems, it will, the other systems are very much in operation. So these 3 systems, they had earlier 2, a third one has been made operational, I think in the recent, about a year ago. Am I right? It was about a year ago, Dilip? Yeah, about a year ago. So there is still scope for the daily transactions to go up to 100 crores. So therefore, I would like to mention and impress upon all the participating banks, the payment system operators who are watching this event and who would be sort of made aware through various channels, to also significantly enhance the capacity of their systems, because unless the systems on which the banks and other payment system operators and other stakeholders, other players are operating, unless their capacities are significantly enhanced and modernized, it will not be possible for to sort of actually deepen the digital payments, because at both ends the systems will have to talk to each other and will have to cope up with each other. The payments ecosystem has a variety of payment systems that have facilitated migration to digital payments. A mention has been made about Bharat bill payment system and other systems which were shown in the video. I am not going into it. Apart from UPI, we have the Bharat bill payment system. We have the National Electronic Toll Collection System, which has helped migration of toll payments into digital mode and has considerably reduced the waiting time at the various toll gates. We have the National Automated Clearing House, the NAC system, and I must also mention that this NAC system, that is the National Automated Clearing House system, it facilitated government direct benefit transfers of payments digitally, and it has eliminated leakages in the system. The smooth release of DBT benefits by the Prime Minister to 8.34 crore farmers under the PM Kisan scheme is a testimony to the reliance and deliverability of our payment systems. Now, I think DG mentioned that, that some officers in our DPSS felt that, some story written by some foreign newspaper did not mention RBI. No, that's not the issue. I think we remain focused. We should remain committed. I am just addressing my colleagues in DPSS. That's not the issue. We are not working here for some recognition or publicity. Quietly, we should achieve our tasks and we should achieve our objectives, and there should not be any, dilution in our commitment. At the same time, there should not be any complacency or, satisfaction that we have done a lot. There is still, there is still a distance to be covered, and let's resolve ourselves that we will cover the remaining part of the distance in the months to come. We have taken steps for internationalization of our payment systems and cross-border linkage of fast payment systems, as I mentioned, between UPI and the PayNow. It's now become a model, and we will follow suit with other countries. Now, this linkage is in addition to the QR code-based and UPI-enabled person-to-merchant payments already happening between India and Bhutan, India and Singapore, and India and the United Arab Emirates. Recently, we also enabled the visitors from G20 countries to be onboarded to UPI without having a bank account in India. Through this initiative, the G20 delegates had a first-hand experience of making merchant payments seamlessly through the UPI during their stay in India. In fact, I find that some of the operators, payment system operators who have facilitated this facility to G20 visitors in various, tourist destinations in India. I mean, I have seen in, in the social media, in Twitter and other social media, I have seen video footages, put on the social media by payment system operators, whereby they have onboarded tourists from G20 countries who are visiting our tourist locations like Jaipur or Agra or some of the tourist attractions in other parts of the country. And that gives us a great amount of satisfaction. Some of the payment system operators are present here. I would, we have been working in a spirit of cooperation, and I think it's a responsibility of not just RBI and the banks, but also of the payment system operators, whichever segment they belong to carry forward these kind of initiatives. The mission, Har Payment Digital, is aimed at reinforcing the ease and convenience of digital payments and facilities, and also facilitate onboarding of new consumers into the digital fold. Various campaigns highlighting the digital payment channels available are being planned by the banks and the non-bank payment system operators. These initiatives will further encourage and support the adoption of digital payments in the country. I am also happy to note that our regional offices, that is the regional offices of the Reserve Bank across the country, will be taking up Jan Bhagidari activities to promote the acceptance and use of digital payments under the G20 theme of promoting public digital infrastructure during Indian presidency. The message, digital payment apnao auron ko bhi sikhao, that is adopt digital payments and also teach others, under the mission Har Payment Digital, is very relevant and is expected to create greater awareness and usage among the people. Once consumers are onboarded to digital payments ecosystem, its advantages namely availability, convenience, speed and safety, would ensure customer satisfaction and lead to furthering of digital payments. The message is in sync with the Payments Vision 2025 of the Reserve Bank, that is e-payments for everyone, everywhere and every time. Significantly, inclusion has been identified as one of the anchors under the vision, and various activities proposed now will help facilitate this agenda of inclusion, that is financial inclusion. We have also decided to initiate a 75 digital villages program through adoption of 75 villages and involvement of village level entrepreneurs. Under this program and in observance of 75 years of independence, the payment system operators will be encouraged to adopt 75 villages across the country and convert them into digital payment enabled villages. They will conduct at least 2 camps in each of these villages to enhance awareness and onboard merchants in the village for digital payments. With the launch of this mission, Her Payment Digital, I appeal to all stakeholders, namely the industry, the payment system operators, the media, the digital payment users and others to teach non-users about the merits of digital payments and fulfill the mission of Her Payment Digital, with every citizen in our country becoming a digital payments user. So with these words, thank you very much for your participation, and let's carry this agenda forward. Thank you.